Hi moms and dads, welcome back to Parenting from Z to A, where parenting is a pleasure. There's an American saying that states, "The dictionary is the only place that success comes before work." I didn't even know there were such things as American sayings. Did you? Well, wherever this one came from, the message is a good one. In order to succeed, you have to do the work. In order to do the work, you need to organize your time to effectively reach a successful outcome. That's where allocation, distribution, and procrastination come into play. These are three of the pitfalls I find children falling into regarding homework, projects, and studying for tests. Allocating enough time to the required task takes thought. Children usually don't do this. Their thought process tends to be backwards. They look at all the activities they have to do, the friends they want to play with, and the TV they want to watch. Then they try to cram homework into their busy schedule. Oftentimes, this is the reality of the household. Children are involved in extracurricular activities, and I think it is extremely beneficial to pursue social activities, athletic activities, and creative ones. However, while activities are important, they should not take priority over schoolwork. Many of the kids I work with inadvertently are being sent this message. I speak to too many children who report that going to bed without their homework happens because it got too late. Or scrambling at the last minute because they forgot an assignment was due. Children need to be taught to review what assignments they have, estimate the time needed to complete them, and then determine how they can fit other activities around these required assignments. Where projects, reading assignments, and even studying for tests or exams are concerned, children need to learn to break down the assignments into segments, distributing the work over a given period of time. If they do not develop this skill, they may very well end up coming up short on the day it is due, or running out of time because they did not anticipate how long it would take to complete the requirements. Projects are a good example. Your child may have 2 weeks to turn in a project. What does he do? In his mind, 2 weeks is a long time away. No need thinking about that now, with more immediate things to do. So when does he get started? When does he decide that he needs supplies? When does he gather the information online? When does he write or type it up? When does he do the artwork? It probably occurs to him when the project is due, the next day. Then mom makes one of her famous mad dashes to the store to buy supplies. Here's where distribution comes in. When the assignment is given, I suggest reviewing with your child just what it will take to have a completed project. There may be supplies to buy, research to explore, artwork to create, typing to be done, etc. And this can't all efficiently be done at the last minute. Thinking through from the start to finish and breaking down the tasks can keep your child from becoming overwhelmed, anxious, or panicky. Once the list is made of the steps needing to be taken, then you can work out a schedule with your child as to which steps he will do when. Same distribution principles work for reading assignments. If your child has to read a chapter book and turn in a book report by a certain date, work with him to break the assignment into a certain amount of pages or chapters per night. Then when it is time to do the book report, he is sure to have actually finished the book. If your kids are anything like my son, procrastination is a big one. Oh, and speaking of procrastination, I've noticed far too many of you have yet to hit that like button. Please take a moment to give that a smash. It really helps out with the algorithm to help us reach as many parents as possible. Procrastination works for some, but not for most. Leaving things to the last minute generally just creates panic, probably yelling, and shoddy work. It also means that allocation and distribution were totally ignored or forgotten. Plans are only as effective as their execution. That is why, until they demonstrate effective management of time, children need your help. Being aware of their assignments and monitoring how well they are following the plan can really pay off. On the other hand, children must also be held accountable for their actions. For example, in the earlier scenario of mom's mad dash to get supplies, I have an alternative solution. I recommend that parents give their children a deadline by which to come up with a supply list for projects. This will help eliminate the night before mad dash. And when parents scramble, they are inadvertently condoning their children's procrastination rather than holding her accountable. Children who choose to unsuccessfully procrastinate probably need to experience the resultant consequences in order to learn to spend their time more wisely. You may also consider rewarding effective time management. My best friend used an ingenious technique to motivate her tend-to-procrastinate daughter to complete her college applications. She simply told her daughter that she would not be allowed to drive the car until all her applications were in the mail. Lo and behold, her daughter was the first one in the entire senior class of 500 plus students to complete her applications. She enjoyed not only the return of her driving privileges, but also the absence of last-minute pressure and scrambling her classmates experienced. Help your children learn to allocate adequate time and distribute the load in order to avoid that last-minute scramble. Learning to use their time wisely will help your children experience less stress and greater success. Avoiding procrastination and utilizing the skills of allocation and distribution will make their lives easier, as well as your own. Thank you so much for watching this video. For more parenting tips and tricks for toddlers, teens, and in-betweens, check out our other videos over here, or join our communities on Facebook and Twitter. Until next time, enjoy your kids.